Consider, my friends, if you would for a bit, a debate in which you will have to admit disagreements abound and tempers get frayed. What's the greatest invention that ever was made? Some say the computer, the wheel, it's been said, and then there's the airplane, or even sliced bread. But no, the world's greatest invention, as I now will reveal, was Mr. Bombardier's 12-elan snowmobile. Light as a feather, strong as an ox, you can run her on gravel, on sand or on rocks. Easy to fix if she ever breaks down, if you got snare wire and duct tape lying around. Able to haul a mountain of wood, or even a mountain from where it was stood. Sure you don't think Mount Peyton always was there? I hauled that there on a deer, for a beer. And you've seen those young fellows out skipping on water. Well, the 12 will do that, though I don't usually bother. Till me and the missus are sick of the slush and the cold and the snow, and then Sheila's brush is then that she'll say, "Get me out of this fast." So we jump on the 12 and I give her the gas. "Where to, my ducky?" 'tis then I will say, as we're hitting Mach 1 across St. Mary's Bay. She'll say, "Keep going south till I tell you to stop," as we pass Nova Scotia, just touching the lot. Down the American shore, yes indeed, and then across Florida to pick up some speed. Then it's back on the water to a nice sunny island, and an hour from home, we're back on the dry land, led back on the beach with the snowsuit hove off and some tropical drinks and a tropical scoff. So what's the big deal? You say right off the bat. Everyone knows a 12 will do that. Well, there's one trip I took around 40 year back, you mightn't believe, but I'll swear on a stack of Bibles it's true. Not a word of a lie. I wouldn't stretch things. I'm not that kind of guy. I was out on the 12 for a few sticks of wood, and not finding much, not doing very good. There was nothing but scruff right to the horizon. I'm telling you, boys, I was just about poisoned. But then I spied a new place a little ways off, thought I'd look for wood there, gassed up and took off. Well, it wasn't any better. In fact, it was worse. "Abitibi's been here," I let out the curse. "Guess I'll boil the kettle, have a lunch and some tea, then go home with the missus and watch land and sea." Well, just at that moment a skidoo came along and pulled up beside me, but something was wrong. A strange-looking rig and a hard-looking ride, and then a hatch opened up and a man stepped outside. Well, he didn't say much, he just looked all around, and finally he moved, put one foot on the ground, and spoke up the words that he had on his mind. "One small step for man, a giant leap for mankind." "Yes, boy," says I, "but no firewood, see? I say Kruger's been here. You want a cup of tea?" Well, he hadn't seen me, and he got quite a fright. His name was Armstrong, and he was a little uptight. "We got a problem, Houston," he said, as I offered roast capelin and a bit of hard bread. He said, "I'm not hungry," and he looked pretty sad. But he glutched down the last lassie bun that I had. Then he jumped right back into his queer-looking rig, all sooky and cross. Not nearly so big as before, when out of the sky he had dropped. I passed him going home just like he was stopped. So now the 12 is let up, and she's not doing much. I took out the motor, the belt and the clutch, and shipped them to Churchill for a pretty good dime while the turbines are down for some maintenance time. Guess it's back in the woods pretty soon, cutting wires, though Manasseh wants to know if there's water on Mars. But I won't be going there any time soon if they don't tell the truth about that day on the moon. So don't mind the computer, and don't mind the plane. Don't mind the wheel, they're all pretty lame. The world's greatest invention, as is now revealed, was Mr. Bombardier's 12-elan snowmobile.